soon as you're done, grab your partner, label your section with your group number. You can work on the windows as well as the board. And we'll start off here now.
Oh, it's easy.
You do word equation last.
Oh, not so.
First, balance and classify.
Oh, that.
Balancing. What the heck?
Right, as a word equation.
Yeah. Word equations are things like gaseous dihydrogen monoxide reacts with solid blood to produce aqueous blah blah blah.
My partner isn't here. Do I join a group?
Hold on, who's your partner?
Do I just do it by myself or?
I thought you said here. You can join any other group, and I'll fix attendance so that doesn't happen again.
And
Does anybody know where Zhao is this morning?
oh yeah.
Where?
Soccer.
Oh, provincials. Sorry. Probably.
An arrow
I thought he said here.
to N to blank and two and then G. Plus O2. And they're all gaps. This and then okay, just do like yeah, exactly. So balance it first. Shut up. Yes. Wait. Just do the calculation. Yes. It's good. Alright. And then you write classified, so it's decomposition.
There we go.
What do you mean by write as a word equation? The one that
Gaseous dihydrogen monoxide reacts with like words. So you gotta, part of that is then you have to do your nomenclature, like know what their names, and then translate it into an English sentence.
Is the one that's like split
I mean, if you translated it into a non-English sentence, I would still be fairly impressed, but I wouldn't be able to check it.
Oh wow.
It looks like we all have some agreement on the balancing at least.
I got an email from.
Yeah. We're just going to be going to the board and doing practice like this all day. Yeah. That way you'll be able to learn from people as you go up. So ask them. Ask lots of questions. It's good practice.
Also, do you go?
No, I think. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, you'll have missed them. Yeah. And like the quiz on Thursday and stuff. And things. I want you to do it, but you're probably not going to have a mark right away.
Really bad.
Yeah. You've got a lot to catch up on. So
Yeah.
you'll probably have like insufficient evidence on your report card. I'll talk about how you're doing in class. But that way you'll know what you need to catch up on.
Okay, yeah. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Ooh, nice. Decomposes. Good choice of words. Decomposes into group number 5. Jessica, Isabel. Oh, they didn't finish it, then they left together. Suspicious. It looks like we've all gotten that it's a decomp.
What group?
It just helps if you put your group number so that I can double check, like, oh, who did that one? I'm not going to call people necessarily in front of everybody, but. Decomposition, gas, Pardon? Where's your partner? Okay, is that, okay. Why are you calling it dynamite? your attention. For this, this is also, of course, checking naming. So it looks like everybody was good with dinitrogen monoxide. However, what do we call N2? Just nitrogen. It's not dinitrogen, it's just nitrogen. Because that's what we call the elements. So the elements are just named after how they appear on Earth. N2 is just naturally how nitrogen appears on Earth. So this is nitrogen. There's the 7 gases, nitrogen, oxygen, hydrogen's in there, chlorine, all the halogens, chlorine, bromine, iodine, fluorine on your periodic table. So if it's an element and it's naturally a gas, it's just nitrogen and oxygen. Okay, next one. Let's go with toolkit, group maker, 2. Okay, Isaac, you can join any group you would like. Nope, that is that one. Ignore that one. So, same thing. Balance, classify, and rewrite as a word equation. Grab your new partners.
Those are the same ones.
What? Did I not paste? No, I didn't paste it. Never mind. There we go. My apologies. Now grab your new partners. Erase the old stuff.
Didn't know how to do it.
No, I think I suck at teaching people. I just do it.
You could also use, it looks crowded up there. There's a spot to write here and a spot to write here. Spread out a little.
You wouldn't know because you're a bubble. Why are you writing it so big, bro? That's what he's encroaching on my personal space.
Okay, one group, go over there. There's a whole spot.
I think it's just one.
Because how many people are in this group?
It's just me and him, and I don't know what they're doing. He just inserted himself in. I don't know.
Well, excellent. Why don't you guys go over there?
And it's because we
Yeah, I'm kicking you out. It's too much fighting. Go over there. Go over there. Go to the grab a thing. You'll have all the window in the world. It'll be beautiful. Oops, sorry. Squeezing. React to create is a beautiful phrase. That worked. Reacts to produce is it always works. have the balancing.
Do we have to have?
Because it's N. Are you?
Did you balance it?
Oh, we're about to balance.
Then you don't have to write it. I was just making sure you're confident in that assumption. It looks like everybody is.
Question.
Yeah.
Trick
Question?
question. No.
Oh.
We're just saying that you just trick question.
Yeah. Well, teachers can ask questions in a way that makes you doubt yourself. So merely asking the question will make you go, wait a minute, am I wrong?
Not that nice.
It shows whether you're confident. Remember, if you're confident, even in the face of questions, you can become president. Knowledge doesn't matter. Confidence. I didn't mention any names. The same confidence matters. Good. Solid magnesium and copper sulfate. Okay. Your naming all looks overall good, but you're missing one thing. You are missing something. Yeah, that would be good. You're missing something in your name. Names are overall good. There's something missing. There's something missing in your name. I'm not going to say it. We can check it later. There's something missing on yours. This group, there's something missing in the name. One of the names. And same thing is missing in this name. Gentlemen, it's not quite right. You're missing something in one of the names. Something important. Something that.
Okay, give me the thing.
Is this the aqueous that's missing? Check again.
No.
You can like.
Yeah, you've added those. That makes it better. But one of the names is actually wrong.
What solid?
Yes.
Not because but because it's missing something. It should have. Oh, that's good, but that's not part of the name. That's the description of the state, which you did mean actually. That's true. But you're still missing something.
Wait, what did which group do you have?
Does anybody believe they have what's missing?
Yeah.
What did you add?
I changed single thing to single something.
Nope, that's not what was missing. You're missing something in one of the names. That's not the name. It's the identification.
What's the name? Wait.
Head on back.
This?
Would you like a hint? Since everybody's in. The one that's missing something from its name is this one. And I'm also going to emphasize that this one's not missing anything. That one's right in everybody's, but that one isn't. The problem is that the names look the same, and they actually shouldn't. There is something missing from the copper one.
Oh yeah, it's missing the Roman.
Wait, but there's only one copper.
Sulfates. So is that not sulfate? Maybe sulfur.
Sulfate is plus 3, so that means it's called.
I think.
I don't think it's sulfate. Yeah.
I think we have it.
No, I think it's something to do with the copper, right? Because if you said this one.
Okay, is it?
Oh, you fixed it.
Oh, okay.
Is it just copper or sulfate?
They fixed it.
Because sulfate is. Or it might be 2. I'm tweaking. It might be 2. Tweaking? Is it 2 or 3?
What?
You're a high heat.
Top cheddar. Top cheddar.
No, I would do this. I'm going to give everybody time to work. So we only have a few more. But the balancing part especially. Um, okay, so what was missing? Copper 2. And what does the 2 refer to?
The Roman numerals.
Roman numerals. So how do we know it's 2? Nobody put 1. Yeah. Sulfate's -2. That means copper has to be +2. So it's copper 2. And one thing that nobody did here, which I am very pleased with, well done. Let me just double check because I said nobody did it. And that, well done. In another class, when I corrected it, everybody immediately made this one copper 2, which it's not. Why is this one not copper 2? That's just copper.
Yeah, it's just by itself. It's on its own.
Because it's on its own. It doesn't have a charge. There's no +2. Copper solid is just 0. Everybody didn't make that mistake. Excellent. Now, this one you do not have to write out as words. You just have to balance and classify. I will grab you some new partners. Toolkit, group maker, 2.
How I'm alone.
You can either lone wolf it or join any other group you like. Apparently I made it crazy. Okay, go. Balance. Classify. Balance. Classify. Oh, I didn't go over it. Everybody said single replacement, I think. Yeah.
I changed that. This is my spot. He said, no, that's not. Exactly, but that was, it was still right. Can you like read it to me and I'll write it down? Or do you want to write it down?
C5H12O5 plus O2 goes to CO2 and H2O. C5H12O5 is most likely fructose.
Okay.
Ooh, clean.
So 5 out of 5. Wait, there's 10 O's. 3 on the O2. So 1 here. Yeah. And 6 on H12. No, 10 O's plus 6. So there has to be 6. So 6 here and then I'll just max here. 3 O2. Because 6, 12. And 6 H2O works. So then now we have 6, 2. Wait, we have 10, 12, 16. So minus 5. Oh, we're gonna have some on. Oh, what it won't work. So this should be 10.
You got a balance?
Oh my god.
What number?
It was. Are we doing something? Okay, no, we're chilling. 2. How many each is 1? So there's 24. 12.
No. Count your oxygens again. It's not 1 for oxygen.
20 plus 12.
What?
Oh, wait. That was minus 10.
It's not 2-6 either.
22, so 24.
It's not 2-6?
Look at you. Got it.
I count them.
Yo.
Make sure you count them carefully. 2-6 is a very common incorrect answer.
Let's see what these guys do. 1 carbon.
Wait, can you, is it right if I just make
Half everything?
because it's, I can remember making it, 1, 3.
I mean, you can do anything you like. I'm going to show a trick to do it afterwards where I use fractions. But the final answer should be in whole numbers.
Yeah, it'll be in whole numbers.
Do you mean like half everything like C 2.5?
No, it's in half the numbers because mine can be
O2 is not 6.
Is not.
It should be, but I don't know if it's, we could have messed up.
I would count the oxygens to make sure you have the same number on both sides.
What is it? 10?
That one works. Yeah, and you can't get it any lower because it's 11.
20. That's 12, so 22. Yeah, that works. So
So smart.
Nice. Once you have it balanced, identify the type of reaction.
11. Yeah. And then 10.
You just copy. Yeah. You just copy.
Minus 10.
A group of weeks.
What? It is 24, so it's 12. It's 22. Oh.
I use some demonstration from others.
Is it? Is there?
Yeah,
Is it on?
there might be.
Okay.
And then the type of reaction.
Wait, that's
Excellent.
well, I was hoping you'd get your own answer so I could check mine.
Like, there's no sense.
Yeah, you don't have to write it as a word equation. Just balance and classify.
We don't have to, we just have to classify it now.
Yeah.
I didn't. C5H12O5 is not something you know how to name. I'd have to tell you it's fructose.
You have to tell us. What's first place?
C5H12O5.
Because there's an
Oh, yeah, it is.
I need to go to bed.
Alright.
I literally just woke up.
Because there's an H2. No.
Oh my god.
Maybe she's right. Is that your group?
Yeah.
Oh, your group?
Everyone said you're wrong.
Oh, really?
Everyone said VR.
Did they actually? Oh, it's in a neutralization. It's an H2. Wait.
Bro, you're gonna be wrong because you don't outside the box.
No, I didn't think you would set the box. It's a neutralization.
Well, we got 17 on this one. 7? 17? Group 2? 7? 17? 17? This one, 6. We'll see, is not quite it. This is one of the most, in grade 10, 11, or 12, this is probably the most complicated balancing you can get. And there's a trick I'll show you now to make it a lot easier. The trick is, a lot of this is fixed. If this is 5 carbons, there's no other carbons here. So if this is 5, what must that number be? 5. That has to be true. If I double that, I'll have to double this, like they're in a ratio. Hydrogen's only here. So if this is 12, what does that have to be? 6. Now, how many oxygens are there on this side? 16. We've got 6 oxygens here. We've got 10 there. So 16 oxygens. Now, if this didn't have that, you could just write 8 in there and you'd be done. But unfortunately, it does have that. So we've got 5 oxygens here. So how many oxygens do we need to get in here? We need 11 here, so that it adds to 16, that adds to 16. 2 times what is 11? 5.5. 5.5.
Are we allowed to have this?
No.
Oh, so
Yeah. But is it balanced?
yes.
Yes. What can we do to that to get rid of the fraction? Double it, double everything. Multiply the formal way is double everything by the denominator, because there are rare cases you'd have a third. So just take everything, multiply by 2. So that becomes 2, 11, 10, 12. And so it's much easier if you're willing to use fractions at one point. But a lot of you got it anyway. It's not terribly, terribly hard. There is balancing in grade 12 with redox. It's a little bit more difficult, but not too much. We're just going to, didn't do this one. And just to confirm, this was a decomposition. This element going into a compound, giving a compound and an element. Everybody said it was a Saying a replacement. So what type is this one? Neutralization because it has water? For a neutralization, we would also need to see an H and an OH. So you need a hydroxide in there. So like sodium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide, some sort of hydroxide. There's no hydroxide. There's no H compound. There's an H in it, but it's not an acid. So it can't be an acid base, even though it has water. There was another, one group said it was a double replacement. And I can see how you'd think that, because it does have an element, and it's popping in, and you're making two things. It does have kind of that pattern. But we don't, it is combusting with the oxygen. A double replacement has a pair and a pair. Is that what was said? And so that's not a pair. That's not two things with one thing popping out. Double replacement's more like AB plus CD goes to AD plus CB. And you get that kind of repeating pattern. So to practice that, we've got these three. Just balance and identify. And let's see what groups we shall make this time. There we go. Let's go. Balance and identify. There's only one more after these, and then we'll be done the examples on the board. If you're getting tired of it, or we, everybody wants to, we can continue.
Do we do all of it?
All three. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, do all three.
Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, when you're on your own, you get to either you lone wolf it if you're like, or you join any group you like.
No, I didn't do neutralization.
Other people did neutralization.
Okay, no, this is the crowding thing. Are we gonna have enough room, or do I need to make someone go over there? Actually, we got enough room if we split up the here. They're going there. We're good.
Right, like so long.
Not my fault.
Yes, it is your fault.
I have to.
What's good, Kev?
Yo, what is that?
Kevin, bro, we're chilling.
Yeah, I know Kevin. Kev, bro. I don't call you Kevin.
All right, yo, read it. Read the thing. I need to read it. Read the thing.
Okay, so we got selenium. Selenium is dead. That is not selenium, bro. Whatever it is, bro.
Oh, so waste the old stuff.
That is not
What do you
selenium.
mean?
That's tin. It's not strontium.
It's hid.
I've been trying to get permission.
I forgot all the. I
No, you
forgot
say
all the compounds. OH4.
Yeah,
H
Hydroxide, I think.
hydroxide, bromide. Hydrogen bromide. Hydrogen bromide.
Like plus hydrogen bromide?
Yeah. Hydrogen bromide.
well, it used to be.
And then water.
Wow, do we need to do the same thing like a word?
And then tin.
So I just have never measured my height, so I'm always.
Just balance.
What's really funny is if you're at the place and there's someone who's saying they're 6 feet tall and they're not, I like saying they're 6 feet tall. Then they get very angry.
What is it? Yo, you should just write it. No, I did not forget.
Yeah, I'll write it.
You write. Yo, that pen is dead.
Watch me use
Use
it.
it. That's 4. Oh, wait, it's not. So it's
Tin, tetrabromide.
Probably not. What kind of art is that? Oh. Did you write water?
You forgot the water. You forgot the water.
Forgot H2O.
You forgot the water.
You forgot H2O. What? Me? I did. We forgot the
Like, does this guy ever?
Oh, yeah, this needs to be filled. Why are you writing so many? That's 2. And that's already 4. Too late now. I don't have to use. We have 4. What is that? No, that's why are you studying cross grading?
Mm-hmm.
We're doing all of this?
All three. All three. You're doing 3.
8 hydrogen. Oh,
Balance
wait, so that's just that's fine.
and identify.
2
AL. Oh, I was tweaking. Why was that
lane
so
AL2.
Yo, why are you writing it so big?
AL2.
The man likes to write.
Yeah, let's write it. Maybe he has a disability. Look at the way he's making it small over here.
Is he part of your group?
Yeah, exactly. No, he's encroaching on my
It's just right your
Yeah.
fault. It's all good.
Mind your own business.
Dude.
You might want to use the top of your board as well.
I think we should make this look, that's double right. This is double. You forgot H2O.
He's so dumb.
HCl.
Like mentally potassium.
That's I2.
That's
Okay. Artistic. Alright, wait, let's
Reminder of the rules. You can just go. You don't have to ask every time.
K I, right? You want to know? Just make sure it's already done. One.
Yeah.
One.
Sorry?
we're done.
Oh, I will be there. Will I? Yes, I'll be there. I have a meeting during lunch,
Wait,
and I
wait.
come there right after.
CL,
Sometimes I'm a little
KL.
after too, but yeah, I'll accept.
Oh, is this an I?
That is an I. There is no element KL.
Oh, okay.
KL sounds like a name of one of Superman's relatives.
Wait. Oh, and then this is. Oh, okay. Wait.
So that's KI. Yeah. And then KCL.
Boring. I'm gonna. Oh,
Double replacement. And
No, what?
double replacement.
What, this count as synthesis? No, put it right here.
I can't tell you until afterwards. I might give a hint depending on if everybody gets
The
it.
2, there you go.
Double
And
replacement.
just one.
Okay. Since everybody seems to have it incorrect, the one everybody has labeled as double replacement is not double replacement.
Alright, now we gotta
What,
label
which one?
it. This is.
The one everybody labeled as double replacement.
Oh, this is neutralization. Wait. What do you need for the acid base? Just.
Oh, wait, let's see.
HOH on the reactant.
But the
or
H.
acid in the base.
The H
And-
can be in a compound, right?
It should be at the beginning unless it's like acetic acid where it's at the end. But all yeah, so like H2SO4, HNO3, HBr, HCl, HI. Yeah.
I'd say it's
Is this?
And the order
Oh, yeah,
doesn't
that's
matter.
what this is. What is this one? This is. What? This is double. Should be double. Oh no, single. Single. Single replacement. Why is there an arrow here?
Wait.
Why?
Wait, it is single replacement. It is. Wow. We could. Like, I'm just highlighting that he's, like, the type of language that the father is, like, talking to his daughter. What? He's like, the narrative.
What are you doing? Oh, group 4. I see now. Okay. I'll let you mark your own because I don't know other than the top one if I can figure that out.
We got it right.
It's good. Neutralization, neutralization.
We're certain we got it right.
Excellent.
What is that? What is that?
Okay. Balancing for these look good. One thing for an acid-base question, so of course this one was neutralization. A reminder, what you're looking for a hydroxide. A hydroxide is what makes a base a base. That's what reacts with acid. What you're looking for with acid is H+. So you're looking for hydroxide and an H+, and that's almost always at the beginning. So HBr, HCl, H2SO4, HNO3. I'm going to give you a list of the 6 most common acids on a new data table for your test, so you can look that up. There's only one acid where it can be at the end, and that's CH3COOH, and that's acetic acid, otherwise known as vinegar. When you're balancing, they will often mirror. So if you're balancing, you go, oh, that's 1,4, then it turns out this is 4,1. And you'll see that common in balancing, where the balancing will, for acid-base reactions, mirror on both sides. Double replacements tend to do that as well. This was everybody identified it as a single replacement, I think, yep. So we've got the 2, and the 2. And everybody got that one as the synthesis. And 2 and 3. Yeah. Okay, last one. New group for the last one. Oops.
Let's go, Kev.
So your last one. Write a chemical equation with the state symbols, balance and identify the type. Nitrogen trifluoride gas and hydrogen gas react to form nitrogen gas and gaseous hydrogen monofluoride. Here you go. Last one.
Anywhere is fine. You want to do the work? You should do the work. I was so.
Oh my god.
Jaden, what kind of jacket is that? Yeah,
Not the full uniform.
you have to wear
The
like,
hypocrisy. Look at what you're wearing right now.
but one of the problems is it has a logo. That escapes notice because it doesn't have
Yeah.
a logo.
It definitely has.
I don't know what
That's
kind of house
definitely old.
is
That's
that.
definitely his old school that he's trying to showcase.
What is the logo?
It's a Ferrari.
Oh, from way back there. From way back there, I thought it might have been some sort of weird Ellis yellow unicorn.
No, I don't know. It's my dad's.
Fair enough. It is a little chilly in here, so.
All right. Yo, this guy already knows you. Okay, so it's gonna be N. Oh yeah. F3. NF3 plus H2. Yeah. H2. Plus H2. Gas.
Gas again.
Yeah. And then turn into N gas and plus HF gas.
Okay, so wait. Let's do some balancing.
So many gases.
It is balancing.
It doesn't need balancing.
It does.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, where did the N come from? Oh wait, no. Oh wait.
That's actually not gonna work. So just double the.
What you should do is
2 and a 2 plus 3 is 2 plus 1 and 2. Gas, 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 gas. Don't forget to use those state symbols.
So smart.
And state symbols. Solid, liquid, gas, aqueous. did that one there. Oh, same with that one. There's something wrong with your gases in the two on the window. You made a similar error in this one. There's something wrong with your gases. This one's good. Those gases are both good.
Oh yeah, because nitrogen is also
There's there's something wrong with one of your formulas.
Okay, did we fix it?
You fixed it.
Yay.
Well done.
Good job.
Good job, you.
Thank you.
Oh, they erased it. I see how. But that'll always be full. Always.
And balancing. 2, 3, 1. What did I do? What the? Yeah. Okay. Your quiz on Thursday. And like most quizzes, you have a test right afterwards. It becomes formative if you do better on the test, because the test will cover the same material. But I will count it if it ends up helping you. I will base your quiz on Thursday on this worksheet. So what I'm going to do is the types of questions on here reflect the types of questions you could get on the Thursday's quiz. I might make them multiple choicey, so it's fast to mark, so I can give you the feedback perhaps in class. But any chemical reaction I use will come off this worksheet. So if you've done it, you'll have seen at least the chemical reaction and then had a chance to work on it before. So I won't do anything new, just to give you an incentive to look through it and go through it. For this class, we can either continue doing more questions, because I have a lot that I could do, or I can give the rest of the class to work and you can just focus on what you need to do and keep going. Hands up for more questions. Hands up for focus on work. Focus on work it is.
Mr. Rickle, could I get one of those worksheets? Because I didn't get one.
Yep, they're also posted on the classroom. Anybody else need a worksheet? Yeah, I got more.
Can I have one as well?
So where?
So what he says here doesn't mean it goes. This question.
Burning wood in air produces carbon dioxide, water, and heat. So what you have to do is, given the products, what is its, because air contains nitrogen and oxygen. So you have to figure out, are both of them relevant or just one?
What?
Yeah.
How do you call it? How do you get?
Oh, yeah.
How do you get?
Didn't I give you one? As I, oh. Hold it. 1 second, I have to find a worksheet here. The problem is, oh no, I have more. I was like, I've given away so many, I've run out. Yes. Oh, it's because you use barium hydroxide. So it makes it impossible to balance. What's the charge on barium? equation, you can write them with the pluses and the arrows to save space. For the worksheet, when you're writing the word equations, you don't have to write in reacts to produce. You can just do carbon dioxide, because that's a word, plus blah, 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 arrow goes to dihydrogen. So for the word equation, you just have to write out the chemicals in words. You can keep all the symbols otherwise. It'll just shorten the amount you have to write so it fits on the page. Okay. So that's what a word equation is. The word equation is just all. So what you're doing is you're taking that. The purpose of that is to take the breakdown of solid sodium azote. So word equation is to go sodium
Oh, literally measure it.
azote
You're not taller than me. I'm as tall as
breaks down. So that means it is arrow
I'm as tall
goes to sodium metal.
Ambrose is also like yoked too. Are you sure?
Yeah, so
Bigger than I.
and nitrogen gas.
Bigger than how tall he is. Ambrose is tall. I'm tall for Ambrose.
And
Yeah. He would body you too.
Yeah, but that's not the question.
yeah, I just want to finish up. The reason I have you do this first, why it goes in that order, is then you can go, oh, the reaction is,
God, I was so sick.
just remove this one. Once you have it, and you've got, oh, which one were you guys doing? No, sodium azote. And they tell you the formula of that one. What that allows you to do is you go, oh, now they gave you that formula. And since all the symbols are there, it makes it a lot easier to do that. So it's just to help you in your steps, that's all. Okay, what is the charge on barium? Here, step two. Two. And what's the charge on hydroxide? Yeah. No, because it's an ionic. And barium doesn't need Roman numerals. So what's the formula for barium hydroxide?
Composition is related force.
No, try that again. Crisscross. Yeah. And what was the acid? Yep. Oh, water's chemical name is water. It's just water. So when you write the symbol for water, like above water, you would just write water, and then the symbol would be H2O. No, you don't have dihydrogen. That's a joke name, because if we called it like any other chemistry, yeah. What was the
Shut
acid?
up.
Oh.
You're gonna take that?
Phosphoric acid.
That's so much more.
Yeah, no, I listed those
And
in
there's
class,
like two
so it'd be
names,
good to
and then
memorize.
it makes-
However,
and
I
then
am going to
combine
give one
into
more
one.
table for the day. So you have that, you have that, and then what's the
Single
other
replacement is when there's one and then a
Very
compound.
fast, so you go through the same
And then
process. where
the
every
zinc
one
will
was the
replace
charge
the
on
nickel,
phosphorus.
so they swap places. The metals swap places. Yeah.
There's a hint here. It has three
So,
hydrogens.
Oh,
What is
this
this
zinc
one?
goes with the chlorine? Yeah.
Three.
Okay, and then.
So what will we find on the formula?
Neutralization is when there's water and
Yeah.
OH
Sorry.
and a hydrogen.
Now, did you have that to begin with? That's, now, if you ever find yourself in a situation where balancing is impossible, it's probably a problem with one of
So
your
it's like
formulas.
never neutralized.
Because if your formulas are wrong, you might have made an impossible
Yeah,
question.
and it has to have,
If you have this, I'll bet you can balance this.
then it's probably not neutralized. Big acid.
Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah.
rarely.
That's why we do nomenclature.
And then double replacement is when
So you know how to do it.
the Ag goes with the Cl. What's
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
decomp is when
and
it's
iron
just
3
like-
sulfide is not Fe3NO3. Let's do this. Iron
Decomposition is when there's two things. It's like the opposite of
Oh,
where it's
sulfide or
split
sulfate?
apart. Yeah.
sulfide. Okay, so
Yeah. And then
what does that
then-
3 do?
Sweet.
Right.
Is there a sheet?
Plus.
It's pretty simple.
And what is sulfide?
Were you not
you took the 3 and you put it there, and that's the habit I'm trying to break everybody. That means the charge, and then you have to. Yeah, you have to do that for all of them. The problem is sometimes it works by accident. I like it, and this is not an experience everybody else had, but when I was like in grade 2, we would have to do problems like this. Right? And I came up with a rule that this answer was whatever that was, so I would write not 9, but 4. And the teacher had a hard time convincing me it wasn't true, because in questions like this, I would say, but it worked. But it only works sometimes. The problem is if you're doing it wrong, just because, like, if these are both the same, if these are both saying -1 or something, sometimes it can work, but it works by accident. So, yeah.
I only say euro.
Yeah, I come to work, you can grab a new one if you want.
Just like me.
He's trying to sound like
Oxygen would replace, if you looked at this, and so like actually, I have it wouldn't be C2, it would just be C. I'd accept this as, I'd accept that those are reasons. However, oxygen's gonna replace that. If there's carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, all of these, if carbon is going to recycle something like that, it's a reasonable thing to do. Something that's wonderful. Carbon dioxide, yeah. And this is not actually a single replacement.
You have evidence.
It's a CH plus an
No, I
oxide.
didn't take the photo.
It's a burn. Now, if you wrote single replacement for this, like on the quiz, those are reasonable results for you to think of as a single replacement. Like that's, you get some marks, but it's the recognition that that's actually a combustion. It's usually a problem harder than which is almost. For this one, you know which one it came in, but again, wouldn't be KCl2 because it's Cl2 because all gases dance in pairs. But then when it replaces it, what's the charge on K? 1. And what's the charge on Cl? Minus 1, yeah. So do they crisscross? Oops, it's just KCl. That too doesn't repeat. You do it. At the end, you have to balance it. And the I, because it's one of those 7, becomes I2.
Might be a Friday night skate.
So you first figure out what they are, then you balance.
Oh, you on the skates.
Oh,
Brutal.
this is negative. So it replaces the negative. Like replaces like. So if this was like
Ariel.
sodium would replace potassium, and you'd end up with so like replacement you'd have NaCl plus K.
So probably like
So metal replaces metal, or non-metal replaces non.
probably.
Yeah.
I can sit. You go with lower Canadian, but you
We're working.
What is free? What is support?
you won't ever say like K and A. That's just a mixture of metal.
If you can find a fishbowl, I'll take it.
Okay, so that's covalent. But I wouldn't do that yet. I would do the first part, which is ionic, which is AD. A simple ionic which doesn't have things like this. First page, which is just like sodium hydroxide, sodium chloride. Like natrium stuff, yeah.
And how do you, I never want to.
I saw Johnson. I was like, Johnson. I was like,
So start with this first page. Do you have your data book? I'll give you a free one. Here you go. So this page actually has labeled for your metals, non-metals, boom, boom. And the reason what you're looking at is your charges.
five guys looking for them, and then one guy has like.
Excellent. So let's do that one. Ca is +2. And then what's the charge of bromine? Look it up.
I'm thinking actually that's pretty cool.
If it doesn't have a number, it's -1. So it's negative. -1. Okay. Ionic compounds overall have a charge of 0. If these combine, what's +2 -1? And so that would still be a charge of +1.
My black cage over there.
We need both sides to have the same charge. So if this side is +2, this side needs to be -2. What number would work to make this side -2? Only of these would be 2. So EBR -1, and that's why we have CaVR.
Now my whole bag.
This side -2, this side
That's good. I know. It's good.
Stop. I just want to do one more thing. Now that you see the reason why, does that make sense? The fast way, the shortcut to Ca +2, Br -1, is just take these numbers, because it's a ratio based on their charges, you take the numbers, let's just remove the charge and do this.
Every time you found clear, just put it actually.
You will get it right most of the time. Crisscross applesauce.
Sick.
Now you know. At this level, there's no Roman numerals. So that first page doesn't have Roman numerals. At this level, you just look at the name,
I started
calcium. And you look at that one, it's bromine. The second name always ends in you just go bromine, bromide, iodide, carbide, so all of the other ones have an I heavy. There's phosphide, sulfide. Okay? Do that first, solidify that, and then either see me or someone else from Roman numerals. Don't jump ahead. Pardon? Your quiz is going to be on everything. Do your best. It'll just be feedback. It doesn't have to be
taking my clip.
Oh, it's just going to be everything, everybody. But
I never asked her. I always try to ask her for answers.
No, it's just that, where are you at? Oh, we're going to throw you into the deep end and we won't let you go.
Actually,
Yes, except for the word equation.
yeah, they went like this.
Um,
Down, and then I wrapped it in velvet.
The purpose is where it says gaseous, I say this one iodine monochloride. The purpose of that, no, iodine monochloride, when exposed to heat forms
I think.
2 diatomic gases, iodine and chlorine. And the reason, I'm writing out the words, the purpose of that is once you have that down, you can go, just to make that whole process easier. Also, yeah. No, why did you reversed it when you went down to the balance equation? Why did you do that? Okay, so balancing is we want the same numbers on both sides. So if you've got 2 of those on the side, what do we need to do? Do you do that often, or you just
Word equation, but I think I got one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that's so you can do that, then balance it, make it easy, and then spot the difference.
Are we going to correct this?
I'm about to post what I call a bounty. People who give me answer keys will get extra marks. And then I'll post them for everybody at the same time. We did.
What type of reaction?
The test.
It's already in.
Why is it?
So the test is next week. But you quiz this. But if you do better on the test, the quiz won't count. It'll be formative. Not the other way around. The test always is.
Otherwise, they would
Either Monday or Tuesday, whichever day we do.
take them out though. We're also missing. Mr. Snowball.
Mr. Snow, what's up for you? Question?
Oh,
That shows it.
I know my
Do you want me to?
There's no symbols for essays. That's on. It's in, I think probably you're just forgetting because it's a very old set of notes that we did.
yeah.
Just to tell you what they were.
So I'm still at sports lab. I have sports lab the whole year. But I'm going swimming on Saturday.
They weren't in volleyball.
Yes, you were. You know
Ah,
why?
there we
It's
go.
something I realized. Like,
So we didn't do a lot with it at the time. I just reminded people what they were. There is no symbol for, like, you don't label acid and base. There's no A and B. It's just solid, liquid, gas, aqueous. Those are the only ones. So like if it says copper metal, that's just solid.
So would a precipitate be aqueous?
Solid.
Oh, solid. Okay.
Yeah. Solid, liquid, gas, aqueous. So precipitate is solid.
The balancing is wrong.
The bromine hydroxide. What's the charge? Is it, hold it, barium? What's the charge of barium?
Oh, it's barium, not bromine.
Barium is plus 2. And hydroxide, so it should be BA bracket.
And like the one equation.
Phosphoric acid equals barium hydroxide equals barium. Yeah, that's perfect. And the reason I have that there for you to do that is just so it's very easy to then go boom onto the balance equations and write them up. Yep.
And it is the rest of my classes.
It is. Hold on.
I have questions on these things, but I'm not sure what it is.
That is the combustion. And that's the same one you made a mistake up on here. So combustion.
When there is water and carbon dioxide.
Yeah, let me pull it up because I have all 5.
Oh, when are we going to get the sheets of the 6 different?
Oh, I posted it in class, and I had everybody write them down.
Wait, I remember.
Yeah, so I haven't given you a data book, Ron, but it should be in your notes. Because I haven't actually made the new data book yet. First I had to check with the other teachers to say, am I allowed to put this on? And the chemistry 11s were like, well, you shouldn't. They should know it. And the other grade 10s were like, yeah, absolutely. We give them everything. But the grade 11s you don't get anything for them. In fact, weirdly, in AP now, they're actually having you memorize more. So at the end of this, there's a little summary to show you what it looks like. Hold it, you can't see combustion on there. So combustion always has some sort of CH thing. It may have an oxygen too, but it's always plus oxygen goes to water and CO2. And these can occur in any order. So you always have water as a product. You always have CO2.
Oh, so if this is combustion, then this should also be a combustion?
Exactly, yes. Yeah. And I mean, that's reasonable in the sense that combustions are often a type of decomposition, like you are breaking things up.
Yeah.
It's just a very specific type. Same with the double replacement. Neutralization is a special type of double replacement, but you're just looking for HOH.
That's why it gets confusing.
Yeah, yeah.
So for these 3, did I write the right ones?
This one, now take a look at those 2. Is there any one of them that has an OH and an H at the beginning?
No. This one, no.
No? What about the other one?
This one, yes.
Yes. So HOH giving water, neutralization.
Because this one is a base.
Yes. Anything with hydroxide, OH minus, is a base.
Okay. So this one is double replacement?
Yeah.
Okay. How about this one?
Decomposition? Yeah, that looks good. Oh, hold it. No. No, no, no. Sorry, I looked at it the wrong one. So there you have a metal plus a compound,
Yeah.
metal, non-metal, goes to metal plus metal, non-metal.
Oh, then that's single replacement.
That's a single replacement.
Okay.
Yeah. So you have this structure. So those are the two different ways you can do it.
Okay.
At the end of the notes, there's this summary sheet that I find helpful when you're like, what? Because it's often just pattern recognition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, hey, Mr. Noob,
Yeah.
for the word equation, what should, like, how do we write
So the word equation.
Yeah.
Actually, I've seen this in a few. If you want to just look up here, if you're doing the word equations, it's you write it out in words, but with the symbols. So like iodine monochloride goes to, you write the arrow, iodine plus chlorine. So you're writing the words, but the other symbols. The purpose of that is so that when you do the balanced equation, it's very easy to flip down and then write the formulas.
Okay.
Okay?
You have any extra pencils? And I stole this from Kieran. I asked for a pencil. I can't skip grade 10 math because I need my grade 10 credit. And they won't allow me, like I need the credit for university.
Yeah, grade 10 science is a mandatory course
I
for
think it's for math
graduation.
too. Like I couldn't like
Yeah.
like you could just do it. I did like just do online. You can't do it. It's so easy. Online you can't do that.
Oh God, please don't do courses
No,
online.
why would I just
I get students in Chem 12 who have done it, and the problem is that it's so easy, and then they walk into Chem 12 thinking they've done Chem 11, and they haven't done Chem 11.
Yeah, I'm lost, but like I'm ahead. Why would you get an 80s in an above class when you can get like 100s in a class?
Only do it for math.
I don't know, you're getting a 100. Yeah. Yeah, what are you talking about? I'm not failing. I'm not failing greenhouse. I'm just kind of lost. I need a walk. I was just trying to. That's bad. That's really 80s bad. Yo, it's confusing because like some people think 80s good. 80s like proficient is low. It's really bad. It's not. That's terrible. I know. You sound like you know. I'm not. I'm smiling.
on each worksheet page. First student to post a PDF or picture there of a page with no errors, and I'll post it as the key afterwards. That's my advantage. I will give bonus marks in the class for your test. Bonus marks.
Would I have no error?
Yeah, because if I have multiple submissions, obviously I'm going to take the one with the no errors. Yeah, you go for double check. Oh, I stopped doing the lab marking because I wanted to make sure we were done in time, like the major things. And then after we go over the lab, and then we're going to do another lab. And that's the base lab. And that's not going to be part of any 2 minutes. Yeah, see me later on today. You may have to do a task to get it. Are you working on that? When you've done a few, show it to me so I can have a look.
Yeah, I like I think I understand this one, so then I moved on to that one. And I think I understand that one as well.
I still want you to go through all of them.
All of them?
Because the I naming to get familiar with all of them is useful. Let me do it. And 4, 3, and there's certain ones of these that students almost always get incorrect, and so I'm just double checking certain ones. But so far so good, yeah. And if you're feeling confident about it, that is good. Tin to nitride, good. We go 3. Lead. Are you done the lead one? You're missing the Roman numerals.
Oh right.
But
you always put them in.
you always have to put them in for ones that require them. So like cobalt is cobalt 2, etc., etc. But so far so good. Yeah.
Should I do all of them, or can you just want to help me with this one?
So this one, data table.
Okay.
Nope, I've got one here. Data table. Not that side. There is a page of what we call polyatomic ions. They are ions that have a charge, but they're made of more than one element. Polyatoms, many atoms. So they're things like HPO42-. Now you get this on any test, so you can always look them up. But like you've heard of nitrate and nitrite, those are ones with oxygen. So when you hear ate and ite, it's somewhere on this table. And there's a few that are ides, like cyanide is a special one, Cn minus. It does end in ide like a lot of the elements do, but it is made of more. So when you see nitrate, that's sulfate. You would go, oh, sulfate. We're going to go here and look up sulfate, and that's SO4 minus 2. Sodium, same as before, Na+1. And then you crisscross them like you were, but because they are polyatomics, you have to use brackets when there's more than one of them to show that there's more than one. If I was, so if we had, okay, let me use this one as an example. If I have Ba plus 2 and Cl minus 1, what is the formula for that? So you need brackets to
It's like
show.
math.
Yeah, it's like math. Now, if you just had one of them, like let's say you had BA, let's say you had NA plus 1 and OH minus 1, you only need one away. It's NaOH. You don't need brackets for that because there isn't.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Also with the crisscrossing, I didn't say it before, but you can have things like, if you have BA, and I didn't see you making this kind of error, but let's just check. What would that formula be? No?
Oh, B-O.
BaO, yeah. Because if you do the crisscross, you end up with Ba2O2. But you
But
can
the
then
same.
simplify it. It's the same, so that becomes BaO.
Yeah.
Simplify the fractions. Excellent.
Okay.
Reasonable. Are you, how are you with fractions and ratios in math? Oh my God, what happened to that table?
My friend's water bottle.
Why didn't she say anything? I have a paper towel right in the classroom. It's chemistry. We can deal with the spill. Oh, it's in there.
And can these like polyions, are they just like the non-metals and metals?
There is
that you can
one
find?
that is positive that you'll see, and that's ammonia, NH4+.
Oh, it's a factor.
Oh, do you want me to do that one before?
That was gonna happen about one of his kiddos.
It's a house parent thing. Downstairs.
Mr. Can you please help me find sulfate on this? Because I can find different spelling.
What are you looking for?
That, but I can't, I can only find it in that spelling.
Oh, pH and F are interchangeable for sulfate.
Oh.
So sulfate with an F and sulfate with a PH. PH is British and F is American, and Canadians do use both.
Okay.
Also, there's aluminum and aluminium. Both are correct there as well. The 4 is next to the oxygen. So sulfate is SO4. It's 1 sulfur and 4 oxygens, and the whole thing is minus 2. So you don't crisscross with the 4 at all. It just belongs to the sulfate. Um,
I have a question.
yeah.
I know that I'm supposed to, that I'm coming here like mark my thing for this tutorial. You know that test it, like mark.
Oh, yeah.
Am I able to do it on Friday? Because I have a math cumulative and I have to come back out.
Yeah, everybody seems very panicked about all the cumulatives this week, which is why we moved the chemistry to next week. So yes,
Thank you so
yes,
much.
you can.
Okay.
Okay. Good luck with your math.
Thank you so much. So for the 4, like it just stays there. Like you don't do anything with the 4, right?
Right. The 4 just
it
stays
just
part of it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
And this is just a quibble. And you didn't do it on the far column, but you did it on one of the columns. When you write this, that's actually a different compound. Like,
Has to be a big one.
yeah, this is nitrate.
Uh,
That's 3 nobeliums.
uh,
Don't, make sure you're not making capital letters look like
let's hope.
lowercase. And I know that's just our writing habit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. Carbonite is not on here.
What? Carbonite?
Yeah.
Ooh, right. It's not. You're correct.
Okay.
However, you can still do it. Hold it. Where did you see carbonite? No, it's carbonate.
Same thing. Different things, but like it's still not on here.
Okay. Alphabetical order.
Oh.
However, I thought you were doing a different thing.
Is there carbonite?
There is a carbonite. It's also not on there, but technically you can do it. And this may help you when you're looking stuff up. I'll just quickly do it on this board. And that is, what is nitrate?
Probably. NO3 with a negative.
NO3 negative. And what is sulfate? And what is carbonate?
CO3 -2.
Yep. And so what is nitrite? Just feel it for a moment. Oh.
Yes, I noticed it.
Those are things you can buy on Amazon if you have gloves.
Nice.
And what is sulfite?
SO3 -2.
Now look at the pattern. Nitrate was NO3 minus. Nitrite is NO2 minus. Sulfate is SO4 minus 2. Sulfite is SO3 minus 2. Carbonate is CO3 minus 2. What would carbonite be? Yeah. So the ites are always just one less oxygen with the same charge. So even like phosphate is on there, but phosphite isn't. But if you were given phosphate, you could probably guess what it is.
Thank you.
And I don't think there's any of those on there, but we did go over that rule a little bit in class.
Mr. Rita, are we gonna have a quiz today?
Pardon?
Are we gonna have a quiz today?
Not today.
Not today.
Thursday.
Okay.
Okay. We're gonna do some practice today and then time to work in class.
Okay.
Yep.
Mr. Dufal,
Yeah.
this is what the test's on. Right? All this stuff is what the test is on.
The test or the quiz on Thursday?
It was on Thursday.
The quiz on Thursday is on all of what we're doing in class. So
And that is what
that's this.
Okay.
So, but you have to know that before you can start writing like formulas from words and things. So that was the first thing we did, and then we went to this.
Are you free tomorrow during an arts block?
I'm free today during a sports block.
I have hockey for like 2 hours.
What time do you end? Or start?
I start out. I leave at 1:35,
Yeah.
and I think I get back around like after 4.
Oh, yeah, that might be kind of a bit close. Wednesday I'm not around in the afternoon. But I mean, the time in between classes, that break time, I will be here as well.
Are you here Thursday?
Thursday?
After.
Yeah, Thursday afternoon I am.
Oh, I have sports. I have hockey again.
Same times?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, but there is Friday tutorial too. I remember the Thursday quiz is also just practice. So just keep coming to that, and we'll get through that.
I would say I have a math.
Okay, you've got to run for math, that's fair. Yeah, right, you were coming for the first part. Hello.
I'm doing a scientific research at outside Brentwood.
Okay.
And it's about biology.
Okay.
But there's still some chemical word I'm not really know
Okay.
what's going on.
Okay.
Such as like what's the value of pH and pKa for this amino acid.
Yeah, that is chemistry 12.
Me too, because I have math.
The pH
I
is the amount of H plus.
Yeah.
The block.
So it's a measure of acidity or basicity.
Yeah.
And you calculate it by taking the negative log.
Yeah, so the part I not really know is the log part. Yeah,
Yeah,
this one was
well,
the A and the
P means negative log, but that is also that is for weak acids and bases when you use the Henderson Hasselbalch equation, because you have that can also react. What part do you need it for? Like what part of?
It's like this is a biology scientific things, but there's still some like chemical.
Yeah,
part in it.
that's chemistry in there. So
Yeah.
this looks like an acid that,
Yeah.
like a diprotic acid, it has 2 hydrogens on it. And so this shows you the first hydrogen comes off at about a pH of 2.3. this hydrogen comes off at a pH of about 9.6. And so if you titrate it, like you add base, you get first one hydrogen off, and then it will rise in pH, and then you'll get the second hydrogen off as it reacts. But what does this relate to? Is this a weak diprotic, like a 2-hydrogen acid in like a biological system? Is this in cells
it's
or a
about
stream
this
or?
amino acid, the things, like something about that. It's pretty hard.
Yeah. But are you doing a, is this like a lab?
It's like a topic, like there's a certain topic about amino
Yeah.
acid and about
Like,
toxic in environment and about cancer. So it's a big topic.
yeah.
And each week we'll have 2 hours, like it's a professor in university will like have this topic with us online,
Mhm.
and he will like talks about the things. But I think he default like most of the basic knowledge we know, but I don't know. So
Yeah,
It's
well,
pretty
yeah, this is like Chem 12 stuff.
Yeah.
DNL enantiomers, those are chemical compounds that are mirror images of each other, so they
Yeah.
can't overlap, like your hands can't overlap, but when you put them up to a mirror, they're mirror images
Yeah,
of
yeah,
each
I
other.
know that.
Yeah, that one.
yeah. So I just know don't know the curve one. This typical
Yeah,
things.
that would involve a fair amount of calculation for you to know. The
Yeah.
simple one is that it's an acid that gives off different hydrogens, so you can see the hydrogens
Yeah.
there, at different pHs, and the curve is just showing you where it gives them off. The actual equation allows you to predict when they're going to come off. I don't think you'll ever have to do that, because that would be a very Chem 12 thing to do. Yeah, peptide bonds, putting together of amino acids. Yeah, this is very Chem 11, 12.
Yeah, I just don't know this curve.
The curve is, like here, you have 2 hydrogens on there. You have the hydrogen from there and the hydrogen from there, and that's where those hydrogens come off of it. So you have, do you have a question, Katie?
No.
Or are you just working? Okay. Let's do maybe get into this one. If you have a compound, and X is whatever complicated compound it is, then when you react it with a base, what it happens is you get, so one of the hydrogens comes off,
Yeah.
and then this reaction, it goes to, and so when you see the curve, and it's going like, that is that reaction, and this is that reaction. So first, the first hydrogen comes off as it reacts, as you add more base. Base is anything, like in grade 10, we tell you a base is hydroxide, because that is the most powerful base. But it turns out a base is anything that can accept a hydrogen. So I don't know what they're reacting it with, but anything that can take that away. So they're adding something that can take those away, and at a certain pH, the first one will come off and it will react, and then at another pH, the next one will come off and it will react. I don't know from the diagram why he's telling you that, other than it changes their charges, and it might have to do with how they bond for the next one, which is the amino acid peptide bond, and that might have to do with that.
Mr. Hansel,
Yeah.
is there a word equation for heat?
Oh, no. I mean, in the
It's
equation.
a byproduct.
Yeah, so you can just, in your equation on the reactants of products, just put plus energy. Or plus heat, to be honest.
Okay.
Excellent. Hello. Back to work.
I'll see you too. Oh yeah. Can you come here in a minute? What was that? Okay.
Which quiz? The polyatomic one or?
I don't remember which one exactly. Like the first two quizzes I did okay, but I think I did really bad on the last one.
Do you mean